Hey, I'm Joel with WTF Construction,
I'm Lindsay.
and today we are working on our downstairs bathroom. It is next to our laundry room, and so we're kind of tackling both at once, and both need a lot of work.
A lot of work, yeah.
For instance, neither of them have any lighting. The bathroom has no outlets. It is, however, fully demoed. So the laundry room we left intact, but the bathroom is fully gutted. So we are down to the studs in half the room. This is where the old shower was. And I ended up tearing the ceiling out because I found that there was a lowered ceiling. You could see the paint line where the old ceiling was like lowered. And I brought that down to the studs. That way I have access to the ceiling so I can put in some light fixtures, some wiring, and a vent, because this is the outside wall, obviously, with the window. So we should be able to just shoot a vent right out the side and actually vent moisture out of the house, unlike the one upstairs that vents into the attic.
Who thought of that?
Anyway, you can also see that I'm standing where a wall should be, and that's because this wall was kind of janky.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get rid of it. I was gonna get creative and do something with frosted glass or something, just because this is kind of a private room anyway, and kind of treat the rooms as like one. But to keep it simple, instead of doing a custom shower and a custom wall and getting crazy and like just me racking my brain, I've never done anything like that. We changed speeds. We're gonna put in a shower that fits into this space. It's gonna be a nice one with a seat, a glass door, all the good stuff. So I have to rebuild this wall, which is fine. It'll be better than it was before. I'll drywall this side, and this side it'll just be studs, plumbing, and shower, except for maybe a couple inches. And then after the shower's handled, we have a sink upstairs and a toilet upstairs that we're gonna move down here, and then we're gonna put some new stuff upstairs. So that's the plan. Let's start working on it. I had a weird glitch with my camera, so none of this audio was recorded. This is a combination light, fan, and heater, and I'm gonna put this dead center in the ceiling. I'll tell you what, you never know what you're gonna find inside the walls of your cheap old house, but apparently this wall used to have a window in it instead of a door, because I saw a random rope and I started tugging on it. And wouldn't you know it, a window weight came out of the wall. A quick little clearancing of this piece of wood, and we can install that unit for good. It was just hitting where you hook up that hose, so like I said, just clearance an inch, no structural damage or anything. There's plenty of strength in this, and we're good to go. The only light in this bathroom was actually on the vanity mirror, so I thought I'd add a light fixture on the wall, and I put it halfway between where the mirror is going to end up and where the ceiling is, because I was obsessed with the height of the ceiling. It ended up being too high, but I don't care, it looks great, and I just wanted to get this done, run my wiring, and move on. So at this point we skipped a little bit of filming, but I started prepping the walls after I finished putting in the new light fixture and vent. And I'm now getting to the point where I can test fit this tub, and as you can see, this vent pipe used to run straight from the floor up through the ceiling and then out through the roof. And all I did was massage it into the wall. And the best part about this is the shape of that shower with the seat is going to allow the bottom part of that pipe to remain where it was, so I don't have to change any major plumbing. A quick 45 takes this pipe into the wall, and a quick 45 back to its original exit out the ceiling, and this pipe is handled. You can also see that I added some 2x4s because they need to be in specific places for this shower, and then I also just took a little clearance out of an older 2x4, so it still has plenty of strength for the other side of the wall, but I didn't have to drastically modify or risk damaging that other wall. It's been about 3 weeks. This bathroom has been kicking my ass. So what started with a quick bathroom project, it stalled out for quite a bit because I ran into a few problems. And one of them was, okay, we took out the sink, took out the toilet, no problems there. Then we came over to the shower and we pulled the shower out, and that's when I learned that there was a false wall here. I couldn't let it go. I lost 9 inches of wall, of space. And so we took that wall out. And then I learned that we had not a drop ceiling, just a false ceiling for no reason. So we lost probably about 12 inches of height in the ceiling. Couldn't have that, rip that out. The demo of this room has been so messy and awful. I didn't even film it. It is just like, picture me being covered in 100-year-old drywall, not drywall, concrete plaster dust. So, anyway, we rip all that out, and there was a lot of prep to go into this to make it a functional space. I was planning on doing a custom shower because I had a vent pipe running right through the middle of the shower area. That's why the false wall was there. So they gave up 9 inches of floor space to hide one stupid pipe. I solved that by, instead of doing a custom shower, it was just like, it's one of the reasons I got stalled out, because I've never done one. I was going crazy. There's so many steps to building a custom shower. So, Lindsay talked me into just taking the simple route. What we did is we went to go put in the shower that we bought from the old owners of the house. They're like, we ordered a custom shower that is perfect for that bathroom. So we're like, yeah, we'll take it. And we put it in here. Oh. I don't know if we filmed it. I don't think we did.
I don't know if we did.
But anyway, it was 27 inches deep. And then like this room right here is 60 inches wide. It was like 50 inches wide or something. Like,
Yeah.
so we would have had to make the room even smaller to fit the shower. And then if I was standing in the shower, let me just explain to you. This is 27 inches, which is the total depth of the shower, not including a door or any stuff in it. And it is my shoulder width.
To shoulder.
So I would have been standing with one shoulder on the wall and one shoulder touching a door. It would have been so dumb.
Yeah.
So anyway, Lindsay talked me into just going to Menards. We asked if they would accept the return. They did. They gave us a merchandise credit, and then we applied that credit towards a new shower. And we did get a standard size shower. It's 60 inches wide, 32 inches deep. So with the extra 9 inches, that shower is actually sunken into the wall now, which is great. It gives you more floor space in here, even with a bigger shower. And then I still had to deal with that vent pipe being in the way. But the shower we got has a seat in this side. So instead of having to cut out some serious wood and rerouting this vent, and then also putting a new hole in the roof because it goes out to the roof. This is a vent pipe for the whole bathroom and the laundry room plumbing. So what I did is I just put 245s, bent it into the wall, and then 245s bent it back to where it was. So I effectively moved the pipe where it matters, but it can still come out and exit at the same spot because there's still so much room in the ceiling, and there's room underneath of that bench where the new shower is going to be. So with that solved, that was like a big hurdle. And then the second hurdle is this bathroom only had one light fixture, and it was in the wall on that side. It was so dumb. And upstairs, there's only a vent and a light, but the vent isn't plumbed. So you can't even use it. It just goes into the attic. And I'm sure there's all this problems up there just pumping moisture into the attic. So anyway, I did this one right. I bought a combination light and vent and heater, which is the way it should be. I put a 3-way switch, so you have an option for each. I installed it right in the middle of the ceiling, and came out perfect. It's vented out to the soffit. It's awesome. I'm really excited for that. Another problem with the upstairs bathroom is that there's no light in the shower, which again, pisses me off. You have a curtain or a door and you're in the shower and it's dark.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. So I bought a 6-pack of these really cool modern LED lights. They're literally like flat saucers with an electric box. So you can install the electric box, and then as long as you cut out like whatever 6-inch hole in the drywall, it just clips in. And it's rated for water, so it can be over a shower. So I installed one of those. It's just kind of hanging.
Yeah, for now.
So once I actually drywall the ceiling, all I have to do is cut the hole, and it just pops into the hole and one little wire connection, and it's done. So with lighting handled, I actually added a GFCI, so it's actually safe. And I have an outlet because there was no outlets in this bathroom. So I added one. One is all you need in a bathroom, but you can't have none.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
It was so dumb and unusable. So at least now you can dry your hair.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, use a curling iron, whatever you do. You got an outlet, and it's safe.
Yeah.
And then where there was the old light built into the mirror, I actually added the provision for a light that'll hang above the mirror. And that weird little box, that's a junction box that's accessible because this house loves hiding those. So it'll actually be just hidden, kind of tucked up above the mirror. But that's just an old power source, and I'm using it to power the light in the laundry room because, again, this laundry room had no light.
No lights.
So now it's got the provision for one, and I'm gonna just take the ceiling fan out of another room that looks really stupid, and I'm just gonna move it over here. So we're going to have a ceiling fan with a light in the laundry room. We have lights in the bathroom. We have switches for those lights.
Yeah.
And they're GFCI protected, so they're all safe. And with all of that prep work, there was still more because the plaster behind the toilet just had a straight up hole in it. So we went ahead and knocked out just the bottom, and I'm just gonna slap a piece of drywall over the slats of wood, and the drywall I bought is actually like the right thickness to just kind of perfectly mesh with the old plaster that I'm leaving. So we'll repair all the plaster, we will repair that with drywall, and then the last thing that had to get done in here before we could do anything else was there was a vent for the HVAC, and it was immediately when you step out of the shower, there was a vent. Oh, let me just illustrate it for you better. There was a spray painted pink vent.
Yep.
And it was so rusty, and like the pipe underneath it was so rusty.
Gross, yeah.
Because you're dripping water into the vent. So dumb. So what I did is I removed it, I fixed the floor, and then I actually moved it. There wasn't a lot of good spots, but I put it in front of this door. So you would have to walk on it when you come in through this door. Not really a big deal. But underneath of this room, there's kind of a mess of an electrical box and plumbing, and there was only so many good places for it to fit in the rafters and everything like that. But that was the best, easiest solution, and it's 1,000 times better. So I went ahead and actually cut that out and installed it already.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks really good, and it's got the provision. All I gotta do is connect the HVAC to it.
And we got a brand new can of pink spray paint.
We're gonna spray paint that pink again, just, you know, pay homage to the designers that put effort into this house. So we'll go ahead and hit that with some hot pink. So, and also the shower that we bought, it has shelves built into the wall in the middle, and the way the studs kind of ended up, it's kind of weird because this is a cosmetic wall behind me. So the center 2x4 in the wall, it was in the way of the shelves because they're actually sunk into the wall. So what I did is I added a second one, I tied them in together. This one was already cut and then like repaired. And rather than damaging the wall behind it, knowing that there's screws or nails or whatever going into it, all I did is took a Sawzall and clearanced what I had to. And that way, this wall is still undisturbed, and this thing actually still has plenty of structure if you wanted to nail into it, but now there's a provision for the wall to sink into the 2x4. And then this one is because you need somewhere to attach that wall to, so this is the right distance away from the edge, and that's done. So with all of that misery of 3 weeks of work,
yeah,
we can finally start building this bathroom. I did actually have to repair a second vent hole. This is cool. So this was a vent just like that one, and this was inside of that false wall. And why fix it, you know? It's just going into the wall. So they just left a vent there. And it wasn't plumbed or anything, at least not when I got to it, but because the shower has feet and I wanted to make sure that that foot landed on something sturdy, I went ahead and repaired that. And then I also already cut the hole for the drain for the shower. So I'm gonna have to redo that drain pipe, but it's pretty easy to tie into it. I got the main plumbing running right here. Actually, I think there was a toilet here before because there's an old hole, and there's no reason to fix that because it falls in the seat, so there's nothing there. So I just left it. But that's where the plumbing is for the shower, just right below here. So put the tub in and plumb the drain right to the drain pipe. And then the last thing is this wall. I actually tore this out because it wasn't that good.
It had a little water damage, didn't it?
It had water damage from probably leaky, crappy plumbing.
Yeah.
And this side of the wall was hidden behind this like big god-awful shelving unit. And so when I moved to that shelving unit, I saw there was a piece of drywall here, but it wasn't even finished.
No.
All I did was unscrew it and take it off, and then I had access to this whole side of the wall. When I took the tub out, I had access to the other side. So I figured while I was doing it, I just opened it up and I'm gonna reframe it. And that'll allow me to put the 2x4s in the right spaces for the tub and shower anyway. So this will get closed up as soon as I put the tub in place, put a couple 2x4s in, and then I will drywall the back side of it. Whew, that was a mouthful. So today I'm thinking I can either drywall the ceiling. If I could drywall everything, that would be really cool. I've got the ceiling, the tops of the walls above the shower, and then below and behind the toilet. So pretty easy to do, at least the first step, which is cutting the drywall and screwing it in place, and then coming back and doing the taping and mudding and stuff. Pretty messy, but if I could at least hang the drywall today, I'd be super stoked. But one thing I gotta do before I do that is put in the spouts for the shower. I'm gonna put them nice and high because to me, I'm not the tallest guy ever. I'm like 5'10". But every shower I get into, I swear to God, I get in the shower and the freaking spout is hitting me in the head. It's so dumb to put this right here. Two things about showers I hate. Because they have spouts on the bottom for bathtubs, the faucet's always too low, so you have to bend over to turn it on. Nuh-uh, it's gonna go right here. And then number two is the thing's always too low, so I'm gonna put it way up high.
Yeah.
Pretty much as high as I can reach to adjust it. That's where it's gonna go. So literally, I'm gonna reach up, boom, that's the height. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these, I need to put a 2x4 in to fasten my plumbing to, and then I can drywall and be done.
Woo!
Yep. I guess let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
Alright, now I got some holes. Now I can put some pipes through. Got my two shower spouts. They're a little extra long, but now I can hang them on the wall. And then all I gotta do when I do the drywall is cut a little hole. And I won't have to go back in there and do any plumbing. Simple. pipe kind of cutting across the top here. All I really have to do is put a 2x4 on both sides of it, something that I could drywall like a little box onto. So I got some scrap wood, just gonna do that. It's pretty damn good if I do say so myself.
Yeah, good job.
It's a technique I just pulled it out of my butt. And it worked.
It worked.
So this is the cool LED light that I bought, and it is a little dirty from being handled, but it's got these two little spring-loaded clips. It's got a little gasket and one wire. And you just plug it in and then slip these in like so. Oops. It's a little tight. Okay, so those lights came with a template. A template usually means do this exactly and everything will be perfect. No. Because this one says the size of the hole is very critical. The hole's diameter should not exceed 6 inches. And when you measure the freaking template, it's 6 1/4. 6 1/4! It's 1/4 inch too big! And so is the hole I just did. So I have to do that whole sheet again. Light me. That's more like it. Be a little bit more careful when I do the next ones. Luckily, that's the only one I have to do for a little while. Alright, here comes the fun part. I have to balance a piece of drywall while screwing it in and reloading it with new screws, all without breaking it. So because I'm going from bare studs to walls that have plaster on them still, I think I'm hitting because it's a little too big. So I'm just taking an inch off of the end where the plaster is on both sides. Hopefully that'll do it. Whew, I know I gotta take that off when I paint, but I just wanted to see it all done.
Nice.
One piece down. We have a ceiling again.
Looks good.
Need some joint taping, but
Nice.
I can start on the walls and tape, mud, prime, paint, and then we can get really crazy and start putting the shower, the sink, and the toilet in. Oh, I gotta do the flooring too. A lot of steps left. Oh, that ain't right. I almost just messed up.
It's a good thing you caught it before you did it.
I'm not on the square side, I'm on the angle side. So I gotta go angle cut. For that I need a longer straight edge. Worked perfect. That's how you get them. Not anyone can chop with that kind of precision. God, I'm happy to be done with that. People that do this stuff for a living are nuts. Okay, we're finally ready to start mudding, and I got a couple days of it ahead of me, I think. So, cue the time lapse. Woo! Sanding's done. By far the worst part about doing drywall. Surprisingly.
Okay, so Joel sanded the walls and now he's just putting a layer of primer on and then we're gonna get ready to paint.
Ceiling's painted, and I finally get to install these lights for the last time, and then we get to see what we're doing while we paint the rest of the room. Boom.
Boom. Looks beautiful. Yay.
Oh God, progress.
So happy. I just finished painting around the windows and above the baseboards and in the corners so Joel could just start rolling the walls. I picked green, it's my favorite color, and I wanted to feel like I was in a spa. And I think it's looking pretty nice.
Cue the time lapse. First coat is on. I hope it's one and done. We'll just have to see when it dries.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Really does.
Last thing would be is the trim. Just do all the trim fresh white.
Yep.
And then,
trimming the door.
The door, obviously.
And then putting the bathtub.
Yeah, plumbing, bathtub. I'm gonna have like 2 more slivers of drywall once the bathtub is all installed.
Yeah.
And then I'll just have to paint that real quick. And then we'll be able to move the sink in and the toilet and then a vanity.
Yeah.
Or a mirror, or whatever you want to call it. Now that this wall is painted, I can put that last light fixture in. And we're going to be in business pretty soon here.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It feels good in here.
It doesn't right now because it's like 90.
Yeah. Yeah, that part. But it looks good in here.
It's going to feel really nice in here.
Yeah.
Like a fresh bathroom.
Yay.
We got a second coat of paint on already, and it's already almost totally dried. And so, while we're waiting for that, I figured I'd put up this last light fixture. Well, bam.
Pow. What?
All the lighting in the room is complete. We have our light in the heater and above the shower. And then on a separate switch, we have our lights above the mirror.
Nice. It looks really good.
And now it's fantastically bright in here, which I
love it. Yes.
One step closer.
Yep.
Didn't work. Damn it. I have to brace this side. Works perfect. That's how you get them. I honestly didn't think that this would be more than 2 videos, but it looks like this is already 45 minutes, so we will see you in the next video where we finish up this bathroom project. Thanks for watching.